Holy
freaking
crap.
This had to be the most emotional, up and down, regular season, maybe even like day of football I've ever watched.
Oh, me too.
yeah.
Boys,
Season finale.
welcome on to the video. I don't normally do videos like this on my channel. This is an exception. We need to talk about this. By the way, we have a channel inside the War Room, link in the description.
We sit right
Please check it out. We post videos like this every single day. We'd love to have you guys over there.
Yep.
Trying to build a strong community. Please consider subscribing. But this is not a plug for that. This is we need to clear our brains.
We need to talk about this.
Let's just talk about today. So Steelers, Ravens, Colts, Jags start at 1 o'clock. That was the first obstacle.
Before the games even start, we have an 8% chance to make it.
With the Colts
last week was 2.
Last week was 2%.
Colts had like, what was it, 86% chance or something like that to make it?
It
was in the 80s.
Mid 80s, something like that. Okay, so simultaneously, the Steeler and Raven and the Colts and Jags game are going on at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Jags get up 7-0 early. Nice. I'm like, oh, that's exciting, but how long's that going to last, you know?
Oh, I knew.
And then
the Jags are playing for the first round pick.
Oh, they still got it.
I'm like, there's no way.
They still got it.
I'm like, there's no way they're just going to give that up just to beat the Colts.
Dog, half of their stadium had fans in clown costumes, and the NFL cameraman had to pan away from them so they weren't on TV.
Yeah, that's true.
And they won. And they freaking
so what do you
won.
do? Like, were they cheering for the Jags that whole game?
I think
clown
once they
costumes?
seen they were winning, they started, taking
I don't
off
freaking
their
know.
noses and-
I would love to know what they were doing.
Okay, so
Carson Wentz lost him the game.
Carson Wentz. Oh my goodness.
I try to believe in you. Even going into this week, saying, "Look, you could do enough. You suck, dude. You blew that."
Or the Jags just.
Okay.
No.
This is about the Steelers, though, boys.
So if you're a Steelers fan,
okay. Wait, let's talk because the Jags had the game in the bag. It's like the third quarter. It was up like 23-3. The Jags had the game in the bag, but the Steelers did not.
No, they had anything but the game in the bag.
Now we're thinking,
losing.
oh my gosh, the Jags are going to win the game, but the Steelers are going to lose.
Which is worst case scenario.
We
Like,
who
wants
been crying?
Yeah, so imagine this. Like, the Steelers are literally losing at this time whenever we realize the Jags have the game in the bag. Like, 100% they have it locked in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the worst case scenario possible.
Yeah. As you guys know, like, me and Tom like the Colts, so we were saying, like, hey, if the Steelers don't make it,
we'll root
go
for the freaking Colts, I guess.
We bet on them even.
Yeah, we put money on the Colts to make it to the Super Bowl.
They lose, Steelers lose. What's the good in that?
10-3. Then the Steelers win. Or Steelers score. 10-10. What happened going into overtime?
Okay, well, even before overtime, the 4th down and 1
That's
call.
what I'm saying. What happened?
Well, we punted it.
Yeah, so the Steelers decide to punt. I was on the other side thinking they should just go for it and
I was
try
okay
to end
with
the game.
either call.
I
would have been okay if they went for it, but the way they are on 4th down,
because the Steelers were getting ran down their throats, and Hundley wasn't playing the greatest.
I don't even know how they didn't score when they got the ball back.
Dog, I don't know. I don't know. They need to hand the ball off more because Latavius
Murray's
averaging 9 yards a carry.
I remember it was like a deep incompletion of Mark Andrews in the middle of the field.
Yep.
Got lucky there.
We got the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
a couple
it was
just incomplete passes like Aaron throws.
Overtime.
Yeah, overtime. What happened? So Ravens got the ball.
Was that?
Ravens got the ball. They ain't doing anything with it.
Bro, I'm trying to like remember everything that happened because my brain is
I remember
fried
this.
right
I remember
now
the
after this other
Steelers
game.
drive. I don't remember the Ravens.
The
drive.
Ravens, did they score a field goal?
No.
No, they didn't score a field goal.
They punted
and then
it.
We got the ball, and then what?
We converted.
Happened?
We converted on a 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8, and then 4th and 8.
Okay.
I thought there was like, oh no, that was a Charger game. But yeah.
We'll get to that.
The significance of that is unreal because if you watch any of the Steelers games, they don't convert any third down in like 10
Did you hear
9s.
Ben in the post-game interview? He's like, people always ask, why can't we do this at the beginning of the game? He's like, we don't have an answer for that. He literally said, we don't have an answer for that. We don't know. He literally said that. I was like, dude.
First off, the first
I don't think anybody does.
we get the ball. First play, Ben overthrows Najee. Najee somehow gets that one-hand snap. That would have been a pick six. That would have been gone. That would have been game over.
And I'm like, play the game.
Not
Pat Freiermuth.
Yep.
What a dot. What a dot.
Next play. Dart to him.
So another thing, like the implications, both teams know that if they tie, they lose.
They both
if
are
it's
out.
a tie,
They're both out.
They're both out of the freaking playoffs.
Complete opposite of tonight's game.
Right. So
then Deontay.
So then we hit Deontay, nasty
Ankle
zig
breaker.
route.
Ouch.
And then what? And then it goes to
And
4?
then-
Oh,
then
well.
it goes.
No.
Then it goes to the drop.
Drop.
Ray McLeod had it, a deep slant, and he dropped it.
I don't know if you guys understand how freaking stressful this was.
This was the.
This is
plan, bro.
Ben's last regular
my
season
heart was
game.
pounding out of my chest.
I couldn't breathe.
He couldn't breathe. I literally almost had to give him mouth
I'm
to mouth.
pacing around.
I wanted to.
So close.
Next time.
Anyway,
And then,
Ray gets he makes up for it, and he gets that big
that fourth
catch.
down, I thought it was tipped or Ben got hit because that pass did not look good.
I don't know how that happened.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
he just scooped it and got the first down.
And then it was field goal time. And
Like-
Boswell put his hat backwards.
Well, we got a little
Laced
bit
up.
closer
And-
after that. And then, yeah, Boswell, dude, no question. He's making that, obviously.
So cool.
It just doesn't make sense.
So then we're like, okay.
No. We were ecstatic.
yeah,
we-
it's like, oh!
You would have thought we won the Super
Bro,
Bowl. the
watch
way we
our
were.
video on the War Room channel. We literally went and
Actually.
posted it right away.
We
Mad
ran.
hype.
No, we ran down here and we recorded that
We
video.
thought, we're like, no way there's going to be a tie tonight. There's just no way. No
What
way.
are the chances? The only tie that has happened this season was with the Steelers and the Lions.
It never happens.
It
Like,
does not
Two
happen.
ties in one season? You could stat check that. I don't know. It happens at least maybe once a year, maybe. I don't.
So
think
say
it's
it
more
happens
than that.
once a year, however many games that there are, like that's
Stupid.
way less than a 1% chance to end in a tie.
Hey, they added an extra game a week this year. So
Which,
So,
yeah.
do you want me? So here's what happens. The game comes on, right? We're watching it. We were kind of goofing off.
We're
the
just
entire-
goofing off, just
We
messing
goofed
around, whatever.
off for 3 quarters
Because the
just
Raiders were
talking.
up
the
and the Chargers looked like trash.
bad. The coaching, listen,
Tell them about the 4th down
tell
call.
me if you think their Chargers coach should be on the hot seat. He had questionable calls against the Chiefs, and then this game, they're going for it on 4th down on their own, like 10 in the 3rd quarter or something like that, and they didn't get it.
Yeah, I was like on their 20
Why?
freaking
What
yard line.
made him do that?
That's
And
insane.
then we started questioning because then the game got close.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
why?
because
It
it's
was-
not like
it-
that was the game. Like, they had time.
It was
I don't.
whenever it was 29-22 was then we all kind of looked at each
Well,
other.
even before that, it was it was 29, 15 or
no, it was 22
14.
or was it?
They had 14. Remember, so they decided to go for the 2-point conversion instead of kicking the
Yeah.
extra point.
Which
Yeah.
teams have done all year.
that
Don't
doesn't
get
make any
that.
freaking sense. Gets it now.
It
It's like
it was
at
it was a crazy one too. He had to scramble around and then got Eckler on the side.
at that freaking moment, I look over to you. I'm like,
There's
I'm
a possibility.
actually scared.
Yeah.
I'm actually scared.
because there was like what maybe
There was 4
14
minutes left.
Was there? No, there's 4.
Yeah, there was,
Oh, there was
when they
4
scored
minutes
that, there
left.
was like 4:40 left or something like
4
that.
minutes left. 22-29. They just needed to touchdown the tie and go to overtime. And then we spent that entire rest
Oh,
of the
we
game.
focused. We were in focus mode.
We spent the entire rest of the game talking exactly about how this game could be rigged.
Yep.
We were convincing each other
and like
the entire game that this is rigged, that the NFL is rigged, and like
the reason for like I like conspiracy theories. I don't really buy into the NFL like rigged as much. Now paying off refs and whatever. I mean that could definitely happen. But there's been instances like we talked about. Like I was at the Saints game in the playoffs whenever that no call happened.
yep.
When the ref is right there
When the ref is right there. We talked about
Jesse
the
James.
Jesse James catch.
against the Patriots.
Crazy
Paul
enough, I
Mahler.
was at both of those games. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Anyways,
Any more games?
no. I mean, there was multiple calls that we've seen. It's like, what the heck was that?
This one had one.
Yep.
This one had one.
Yep.
At
Well,
least one.
it was.
Well, that was in overtime, right?
So-
Or was that?
It was an overtime.
It was in overtime. So
Well, before overtime.
That's the thing. Before we got to that call, we were still talking about controversial calls, and we're like,
Because, dude, Chargers got the ball back.
and then 4th down, 4th and 10,
Twice in a row. Twice in a
gets
row.
it, whoosh, gets
Gets
it.
it.
One was a holding call. And it's like, did he have to hold that guy on purpose?
Right, yeah.
Jared
So what?
Cook.
It was either 3rd and 10 or 4th and 10.
It was 4th and
Fourth.
10.
It was 4th.
Dude on defense
Held Jared Cook.
holds Jared Cook off the line immediately.
Like an animal.
Jared Cook is not that fast.
He's
no
old
shot.
as heck.
Yeah, exactly. No shot anybody needs to hold Jared Cook. Like, no offense, Jared Cook. You're doing great for yourself, whatever. Who's doing that? No young buck is going to be holding Jared Cook off the line like that.
Nope.
Didn't get it. Penalty, automatic first down. Now it's like, boom. My
Oh
mind
my
is
gosh.
on fire right
That
now.
was insane.
On fire.
It clicked. It was like, it's rigged.
Yeah, honestly.
I put on YouTube to distract myself because I'm like, I'm not watching this game. If it happens, I'm not watching the NFL anymore. It's rigged. I'm not I was so fed
And
up.
then they get down pretty close, and there's one play left. There's like 5 seconds left.
Well, no, it was 5 seconds left, and then something happened, and then it was 2 seconds.
Whoa. No, we forgot about the face mask call. We didn't even
No,
talk
that
about
was
it.
an overtime. That was an overtime.
Oh, we're not even talking overtime.
Not yet. No.
Oh, okay.
This was all before the game ended. Or before
The
regulation.
last minute of this
insane.
game was 45 minutes long, is what it felt like.
Yeah, that last drive by the Chargers was insane.
So, yeah, last drive by the Chargers.
And it was
okay.
It was last play of the game.
2
touchdown.
seconds left.
2 seconds.
Absolute dart.
Touchdown.
I can't believe it. So he gets it, and now it's like
It's an over. I said before the game even started, I was like, this goes in overtime.
Yep.
This is it.
Yep.
we went from, I swear to you, our highest high of the entire season to questioning our lives within a matter of a couple hours.
I broke my chapstick.
He slammed his chapstick.
You
up
did.
there.
You never want to do that.
Holy frick.
We went into so many different games that we were talking about, like, this has happened. We're putting the pieces together. We're like, it's rigged.
No, we're watching everything
It's
with a
rigged.
fine-tooth comb throughout every single play. We're watching the refs. We're watching the offensive line, the receivers, everybody. Because we have to at this point. I mean, this is like...
Yeah. Everybody
Like,
was,
it just doesn't
dude.
seem
Everybody
real.
Was.
It doesn't seem
I want to
real.
know how many viewers there were for this game tonight.
I don't know if we mentioned it, but if the two teams at the end tie, the Chargers and the Raiders, the Steelers wouldn't be in the playoffs. I think everybody knows
That's
that.
why we're
Yeah,
crapping
yeah.
ourselves.
That's why-
That's
yeah,
why
that's
we
exactly
cared so
why.
much.
Right. There was literally like a 0% chance this happens, and it's lining up to happen. And people were talking before, they could just concede and talk to each other and come to a deal at the end of the game.
Yeah, they
and
got freaking Chris and Mike up there in the booth saying like, "Hey, they could just tie."
theory here.
Yeah, he literally said, "All right, let's not talk
Oh my
conspiracies here."
gosh.
So-
And then overtime.
So overtime comes.
Raiders get the ball.
They get the ball.
Josh Jacobs is pretty much just running down the field. He passed it first. They're moving down the field. They're in Chargers territory.
And then they just stalled
The
out.
drive
out of nowhere.
stalled
It's
out.
Boom.
Stalled out. Field goal.
7 minutes left.
Field goal.
And now Herbie and the Chargers get the ball.
Oh,
And then
my
they're moving the ball.
God.
And then
Mike
they get
Williams, who looks slow as heck, by the way.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Did they have?
They got that big
Oh,
pass.
that was on 4th down. Was that the 4th down? They got a 4th down conversion in overtime.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and it was a
That-
big
I think that
pass.
was it.
Wide
yeah,
open
yeah,
yards.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, Mike Williams about to freaking score a
Zoom.
touchdown.
He looks so slow. I want to
Fuck.
see a play from the beginning of the season with him because he's had some long touchdowns.
So now I'm like, is
Now
bro
we're-
not running as hard as he can right now?
Because he is rigged.
I don't like. Look, guys,
was
I swear to you, we're not insane. But if you're a Steelers fan,
You're thinking
like
this.
you're thinking this. We're not crazy. We are
Because
not crazy.
What are the chances?
Exactly.
It's
Literally less
not.
than 0, TJ.
And it makes perfect sense. They rig it to happen, and then everyone's talking about it.
So
It almost happened, and everybody's talking about
Right.
it. It's crazy.
they're going. They end up booting a field goal, and they make it.
4 minutes.
Now it's freaking tied. Again.
Was
in
it,
overtime.
Did the face mask happen on that drive?
The face mask
'Cause the Raiders-
was it was on the
It was on
it was
the
on
Raiders.
Josh Jacobs. So I believe
Yeah,
it
it
was
was on the
like
last
the
one.
game-winning drive.
Yeah, it was because there was 4 minutes left. The Raiders get the ball.
Yeah.
They slowly moved it downfield, and there was that. That was it. It was a run to the outside. It was a big run. Clear as day.
Bro, dude,
Clear as day.
his neck snapped back.
And just like the Saints-Rams game, the ref was
There was a
right
ref on the
there,
sideline right
staring at him.
His neck went.
And they didn't call it. That, yeah, because that would have put him in field goal range.
It would have
It,
put
that
it
would
would've
have
put-
it would have given an extra like
15
yards.
yards.
They would have been on maybe the 45-yard line with a pretty good
Yeah.
amount of
and
time
it,
left.
And it knocked them to 3rd and 8. It
Yep.
was 3rd and 8, and they were like, I think at like the 45 or something.
We thought it's over.
They hit the freaking pass, and I'm like,
No. They ran it the next play, and you're like, they ran it to get 4th and 2. I
well,
think.
they hit a pass on 3rd down and got the 1st down, and I think that was after the face mask call. I'm like, okay, this is good.
I don't know. It all kind of blends together at that point.
There's so much going on at once.
You
here.
were like Josh Jacobs. You were like, if
I'm just like, they're gonna hand him the ball off.
We're assuming nobody's calling timeouts because why would they?
Yeah, so there's under 2 minutes left, right? Yeah, it's
there
like
was a minute 50, I think.
they pan over to Justin Herbert. He says, "A tie? What did he say?
He
A
said
tie?
You can-
he
you can
literally
read his
said
lips.
he's
You
like
can
if
read
it's a
his
tie,
lips.
it's fine.
Yep. You can literally watch it back. You can read his lips clear as day.
So apparently, what the Chargers, I guess they were cool with it, and apparently when the Chargers called that timeout, changed the mindset. Derek Carr said in his post game that that timeout changed their mindset.
Which was like, what?
So they probably would have just ran the clock
Yeah.
out.
So
Because-
if you don't know what he's talking about, real quick, I swear to you, the Raiders could have ran the clock out,
Yep.
and the Chargers, their head coach, called a timeout to stop the clock.
another thing. If the teams did tie,
For no reason.
if the teams did tie, not only did the Steelers not make it, but both teams got in. So that's why everyone's like, if they tie,
And you could tell
no
the
shot.
fans, like they're showing the fans with all these signs like,
the
hey,
two
a tie's
Steelers
fine.
fans in the crowd.
Oh, man. If you're a Steelers
was
fan
it.
at that game,
Holy.
there were a few of them. They kept going back to him on the camera.
that's be the most emotional game that's not a
That
Steeler
wasn't a
game that
Steeler
you would
game.
be at, or even you're watching. Even the one that we're watching that had to have been the
Right.
most emotional we could have been.
So like
Josh Jacobs.
Josh
the
Jacobs,
coach
dude,
calls a timeout.
has good runs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
Because
he's
they
right.
still run it. I'm
So-
surprised after that, if they wanted to win still, I'm surprised they still didn't maybe attempt a pass.
Right.
Not really.
And I believe probably on like his last rush attempt, it was third down. It was literally
third and 8. It was third and 8.
He ran for like 8 yards.
Yep.
And I'm like, holy freaking crap, he's in field goal range now.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, 2 seconds left, whatever the heck
they
it was.
waited. They
Yeah,
waited.
they waited, called a
ran the
timeout.
clock
Oh,
With
down.
yeah.
2
We're
seconds
sitting there
left.
waiting like, is he going to call the timeout?
Well, because I seen the coach say, he said, well, 2 seconds, we'll
yeah, he
call
was holding up
timeout.
to 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Tyreek Hill, too.
Deuces.
So, field goal, there's a chance.
Yeah, what if that meant deuces were out?
And-
We're
oh.
leaving the stadium?
No, he lip said it. He lip said it on the
Yeah,
sideline.
we out.
Then
peace.
the conspiracy got even sketchier because Daniel Carlson, their kicker, has not ever missed in their stadium.
In the
8 for
final
8
2
in
minutes,
game
within 2
winners,
minutes,
like-
yeah.
And it was a very makeable field goal. So if he would have missed this,
That was the scariest field goal I've ever seen, almost. I don't know.
Guys.
because when he kicked it, it almost didn't look like it was going in, and then it kind of just got out.
Hey, like I said, I mentioned it before. The Steelers almost made the playoffs, but they needed the Chargers or Chiefs to win, and it came down to a field goal, and
And
they
he missed.
missed it, and we were out of the
We've been in
playoffs.
so
This
many
was years
situ-
ago. This
Yeah.
was years ago.
We've been in so many situations where we needed help, and I don't
so
think
it
we've ever
almost
gotten it.
happened here again
Yeah.
with the field goal.
Underdog.
So, okay, so moral of the story is being a Steelers fan was
Crazy.
crazy. Like,
Craziest day of
craziest
football.
day.
I'll remember this forever.
Everyone in Pittsburgh needs to buy a Trevor Lawrence and a Josh Jacobs jersey.
And Dan Carlson, the kicker.
Because
Yep.
they won us the game. That's
And-
how the Steelers won the playoffs.
Yeah, so we go in. At least Joe and I, like, almost zero expectations
Mhm.
to have any chance to make it.
Yep.
I give this man credit.
Watch the war room. I was calling it all week. I said the Jags are going to win. You
You
called me
told
crazy.
We called you. We literally called him
We
crazy.
did. The whole earth did.
So, yeah, seriously. So we go from zero hope to the Jaguars, like, legitimately winning, like, oh, shoot. But
It
in the
doesn't
back of
feel
our
real.
mind,
It doesn't feel
right,
yeah,
in the
it
back
doesn't
of our
feel
minds,
real.
we're like, this is going to be the worst day ever because the Steelers are going to lose whenever the Jaguars just pulled off, like, one of the upsets of the season.
Yeah. I mean, people were saying that this is possibly the most embarrassing loss in sports history. I don't know
I mean,
about
seriously.
that, but like
I mean,
is
it's-
up
it
there.
should be up there.
It is. Like you got fans coming in clown uniforms.
And then the team wins.
You play against arguably
Surprised
the
the players
worst
didn't
team.
come up in clown uniforms.
You play arguably the worst team in the NFL, and you're playing for a playoff spot, and you get smacked. That might be the most embarrassing.
Right.
one. I mean, that's up
Hey,
there.
it's awesome for us.
Oh yeah,
Steelers win. The biggest
against
high
the
of
Ravens,
the
we
entire
swept the Ravens 2 years in a row.
best rivalry in football, bro. If you think there's a better rivalry, challenge me down below. I'm telling you right
there's
now.
no shot.
Bears,
It always
Packers,
comes down to
no.
within 3 points,
Right.
all the time.
They're every game that at least whenever Big Ben's been there, every game has been insane. Every year both teams are fighting for the playoffs or already in the playoffs. It's
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah, you see, Charles Suggs, by the way, came out with the Bane villain from Batman at the beginning of that game.
Oh, did he really?
Is he still playing?
I didn't
Huh?
see that.
Is he still playing?
No,
Oh no.
he was
So,
dressed up
he
as
gone.
Bane, and he
He
came
gone.
out of the tunnel. I don't know why.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna end this video here so it doesn't drag on for too long. First off, let's go Steelers.
We're playing the Chiefs.
We got the Chiefs.
Super Bowl.
We
Hey.
got destroyed by the Chiefs, but who even knows
Hey,
at this
everybody's
point?
counting us out. Now, hey, I know it's a tough game, but you know what? The way the season's going,
Who
we're
cares,
in.
man? It's
Anything
fun.
is
Anything can
possible.
happen.
At the end of the day, it's
TJ
fun.
Watt could always just go off. Anything's
Hey,
possible.
Just like Ben said, give TJ Watt that other half sack. Let's get that record.
They put it under
it.
review. They're putting the one player under review,
I
apparently.
love it. I love it. Anyways, boys.
Emotional day.
Yeah, it was crazy. Please go
Let
down
us
to
know
the
if you're not a
comments.
Steelers fan, though. Let us know
Right.
what this did. Let us know how you enjoyed this.
Yeah,
week.
did
If this
this-
was crazy to you, or you just not care that much, really?
Right. Yeah. Was this anything?
If you're not a Steelers
Because this
fan.
was the craziest end to a regular season of all time, as far as I'm concerned. But that's because I'm a Steelers fan.
a season
think
as
it
a
is.
whole.
I
This
think it
capped
is.
off one of the best NFL
Yes.
seasons I've
Yeah.
watched. I kid you not.
All right, boys. Do not forget. Check out some more of us on Inside the War Room. Also,
Yep.
TJ's Hall channel, Squadzilla, all of that
Yeah.
in the description
Yeah.
below. We would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to this. We just hit 2 million literally today. It's kind of
Awesome.
insane. It's pretty
Awesome.
insane.
Keep it
Today was a
going.
great day.
It
Today was
was.
honestly a
Amen.
great day. It was awesome.
Let's keep. We just need to take it in.
We need to take it
because
in.
this could all get brought down in a week. So let's just enjoy the week.
Hey, we got
Build up with the
7
hype.
days of fun, okay?
Yep.
And-
So Steelers play Sunday night. So
all right, boys. With that said, you already know you're the best. God bless. Don't forget to keep them first. See you on
Peace.
the next one. We out.